In this presentation, let's play with an Excel spreadsheet and see what Copilot can do. I have some raw data and I have some starting prompts. I'm going to go ahead and start and give Excel a chance to get to know the data. And I truly do want a month by month play of what the data looks like. So I've got my prompt ready. I go into Copilot. We start and we type our question in. Summarize data by month using formulas. I do this to avoid pivots. I don't want pivots right now. And create a new worksheet named Monthly Summary to display the data. This will take about a minute or so. All right, and then I have some follow-up questions based on the raw data, based on this monthly data. And when we interact with Copilot, instead of giving it one big, huge assignment, it's best if we break it down. And if we do them one by one, you can see that, like right now, step 2, it's creating the worksheet, it created the summaries, it tells you exactly what it did, it shows you the formulas that it utilized. We could then fact check this, make sure it is correct, that those are formulas we would have created, and then simply say done. We're going to go back to the starting prompts. The second thing we want to do is double check and make sure the data is quality. By that we mean we are looking for anomalies or duplicates or blank data. So I have a prompt for that. And we go to our transactions raw. It says, what do you want to do next? We'll type in our next prompt, which is asking us to, look for duplicate transaction IDs, missing costs centers. There's a column called cost centers, inconsistent casing, uppercase, lowercase, which will cause problems later for sorting. All of these things, right? We're just looking for this data. And give it and again, I told it and put this on a worksheet tab called Data Quality. So I'll just scroll down so we can keep an eye on what it's doing. So right now, it created the spreadsheet. It's creating the formulas. It's double checking to make sure, right? So it's building them. Right, and it's analyzing each one at a time. It's going to look better than this when it's done. It's just on step 1. All right, and then it's showing all the different data. Give it a moment or two to process. Also, by the way, because we're using Copilot, all of the data that it is analyzing stays within our secured organization. It does not, I repeat, not take our actual data and use it in a large learning model. It keeps it in our contained world, which is good. We like that. All right, it's moving on to fixing uppercase, lowercase issues. Okay, and that's why I kind of like, doing these one at a time. Now it's filtering out for specific, And this one usually could take maybe up to upwards of like 2-3-ish minutes, right? But it's almost done. But keep in mind, it's looking at all the data, and it's going to give us 5 or 6 different perspectives, and then a final summary of quote unquote what kind of quality is the data. All right, so it's a bit of a thinker. Give it a little bit of time. So 5 steps, right? 5 steps, and it tells us what it did again. It said you have this many total interactions. There are 4 unique IDs appearing twice. There are 28 blank values detected. There was an all case that was causing grief. Right? There were extreme values detected. Above a certain standard deviation, and so it showed us all the information and put it all together, and I'm going to say, great, done. And there it is. So it kind of shows all of our content, all of our data. Now, did I like how it's laid out? No, but we can always move it around. But hey, it's not bad. Not bad, right? I'd probably want a few more, you know, uh, separations and things such as that. But otherwise, hey, for what, 2 minutes? And always, please, please, please. In fact, you'll notice there's a column here where human review notes. If this were my real data, I would have stopped and done analysis. I would have double checked to make sure that the example, the monthly datas were correct. I would then double check to make sure that indeed these were the places where duplicates were. And you could do that through sorting, through filtering, all the ways you would have done it manually, right? You know how to do all these things, but it's just doing them manually takes much longer. And then we can begin to ask it individual questions like, why did revenue drop in March of 2025? Let's ask it. So back to the transactions raw data and just type in the question because we're curious, right? And give it a moment and it's going to tell us why, right? Now, if you wanted all of the responses to this, sometimes it'll just give you an answer over on the right-hand side. It doesn't always make a formula. If you definitely wanted these to be in a certain location, you would have told it to, for example, create a worksheet tab called bonus or other questions. And then you would ask the results to be displayed there. Right. But as is, just a question like why did revenue drop? Sometimes it will create a whole new, see, on its own. It went ahead because it had a lot of things it was going to show you. There's like, here's all the complexities of what I have to show you. So on its own, it often creates and just say done. If by chance it did not do what you wanted, there was an undo button. And we simply would just go back and ask the second question, right? Where are we losing money? So we go back to the transactions raw. Again, we're adding to this conversation. And because it already has known the data, it has already analyzed the data, and we're just asking the questions and it's adding on the existing knowledge in this conversation, as it builds. Right? As it builds, it adds to that conversation. And again, they each take like a minute or so to process, which is not that long. And in real life, I would have been stopping after each question and I would have been analyzing precisely exactly what it created. Right? Here's the loss analysis, right? It's starting, right? Don't interrupt it, right? You can see the little colorful dot that's blinking different colors. It's in the process of thinking. When it's done, it will tell you what it did. If you asked a specific question, it'll often give you an answer in the right-hand panel. And then over here, what it's building for us on this loss analysis worksheet tab is the results of this. Okay, so ultimately it created a new, it's not even done yet, right? Right, we get excited, we want to start looking, but we need to kind of let it do its thing and wait. All right, so it showed all the information along the way. All right. Now, if there is an error, right? There was some sort of spill error. So before I commit to this and say it's done, I could say fix hash spill error. Okay, so it's not perfect. Something went awry as it was doing something, and then it one of the formulas didn't finish its thought. But we ask it to simply fix it, right? We're just saying before we say done and commit to this, please fix the spill error. And it's analyzing. Even if this was a formula that I had created and there was an error, I could say, analyze and correct spill error in cell A21, right? Now, in this case, it made the mistake, right? It made the error, and we're just asking it to analyze and fix. That's it. We're just saying, hey, fix it, right? Stuff goes wrong. We get it, right? Nothing in life is perfect. And we're just asking for it to, correct and review. And again, this could have been a pre-existing document that someone else had made, and you're like, why is there an error? Ask. Ask. Just be on the active worksheet, say, analyze and correct error, or correct error in cell blah. All right. And again, wait for it to finish. Right, I'm always tempted to scroll and look, and it doesn't usually cause any harm, but sometimes we want it to have its thought process. So done. Okay, yay! See, it fixed the spill error. Oh, wonderful. So there we go. I believe there were a few more questions that I wanted to ask. Here, yep, one more question. Now this one I specifically want because it's been creating worksheet tabs, which is great. And they have properly fine names, but I really want this one to be called bonus. So, I'm gonna copy my prompt. You would have written your prompt. I just have mine here for the demonstration. In the transactions raw, paste it in, and so this way it knows that there's a very specific worksheet tab that I'm after, like the client or the executive I'm creating this analysis for. They expect there to be a worksheet tab called bonus. So let's give them what they want, right? And it's still going to do and create and analyze, which I, the human, will always fact check, right? I'm skipping that part for this demonstration, but in real life, no, we do not skip it, right? AI in general can do something called hallucination, where with confidence it'll provide a result, but is it the correct result? It's still our job at the end of the day as people to analyze that and to assess yes or no, it is or isn't, right? It's our job to assess that. Right, I think I had one more question. One more question. All right, so here, forecast net income for the next 6 months and display on bonus. See, I've already created bonus. Now I can just tell things in the future, oh yeah, be on bonus or data quality or wherever we want it to be. But I want this one to be on bonus. And it'll find the next empty spot for it. You could have even precisely given it a cell to start in. Sure, put it on bonus starting in cell, you name it, right? And it would start there. But yeah, it's thinking, it's answering our last question. And then, of course, we, the humans, would need to fact check it. But all of this was done in, 9-ish minutes, all these questions, all this analysis. In 9 minutes, even knowing every precise formula to type in, this takes longer than 9 minutes. However, you're still going to need to check it. This just does like I already know what I would have done. I already know what the, formulas should be. I'm like, I understand these formulas. I use these formulas. Now I'm just asking the system, right, to automate the process. And those are different ways that you can use your starting prompts. Avoid putting all of the things we wanted to do. We summarized, we asked for the quality of the data, and then we had 4 questions. Avoid putting all 4 questions together because it's harder to fact check it. It lumps it all together, and I wanted some individually. I wanted some on bonus, right? So it's best to not feed all the directions in and make it logical. We started with a summary so we could get to know the data, and then we started to get more precise. And we continued the conversation. If I want to completely go a different route and I want to now, talk about the monthly summary, I would come up here to start a brand new chat. And with monthly summary as the active worksheet tab, type your questions. Yeah, you can organize it, do a summary, analyze it, and add insights. Sure, let's analyze it. Why not? That was one of the out of the box. I didn't generate that. That was just created naturally. And then, of course, because we are here on monthly summary, I don't know what I want from this, right? It's just going to tell me some things. I might find meaningful. I might not. But in what, a minute-ish, it seems like maybe this one might be going on like 2 minutes. It's going to do some different things. right? It's absolutely looking at our date range of data and giving us insight. If we're unhappy with any aspect of it, we absolutely could clarify and say, focus on year 2025. And then it would, you know, focus on 2025. It would do that. All right. And so when we're done, I'm going to be done when it's done. All right. Now, some of the columns are not wide enough. That's why on column B, we're getting the that number pound sign hashtag symbol. And we'll just make column B wider later, or it does it for us. Yay. It did it. It's like, oh, I got you, human, right? It's like it heard me talking to it. No, but it didn't. There we go. And it's thinking, it's processing, and it says, hey, I've created a comprehensive summary. Here are the key findings, right? It talks through them. All right. It even says, hey, by the way, here are some fun questions you might want to ask me, right? Let me know which direction you want to head. I'm just going to say done. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this small adventure of how prompts can assist us, and we then will analyze for and make sure that the formulas are correct, it made the right decisions, it used the right logic. But all in all, Copilot with Excel is amazing.